South Carolina is home to some of the country's most important military installation and is dedicated to supporting its large veteran community. The South Carolina Department of Veterans Affairs, the SCDVA, is proud of those who have served and wants to help them as they transition into the next phase of their lives.
SCDVA is only 4 years old as a fully functioning cabinet-level agency. Currently serving in the governor's cabinet as the agency's secretary is Major General retired Todd B. McCaffrey.
You know, our mission really boils down to one very simple, very complex, very difficult to achieve kind of criteria. It's to help veterans thrive in South Carolina. Veterans leave military service across the United States, across generations, and they all seek opportunities to thrive in their post-military life. And the legislature and the governor several years ago recognized that by elevating this position to a cabinet-level official, you provide visibility on the 393,000 veterans in South Carolina, and nearly 1 out of 10 individuals in South Carolina are veterans. So the department does, I think, there's 4 functions that are important for veterans. Number 1, we help veterans gain the benefits to which they're entitled. We integrate the capabilities of entities across the state that have an interest in veterans. That could be nonprofits, for-profits, academic institutions, et cetera. We advocate for the military in South Carolina. We advocate for the active and reserve components footprint in South Carolina. And finally, part of our role is to inform the public about veterans and veteran programs. So we have these 4 functions which are core to what this department does.
This young state agency's biggest challenge has been coordinating officials and nonprofit services in 46 South Carolina counties. Leading the charge is the highly decorated former tank commander, Colonel retired David Roselle, Director of Operations.
The South Carolina Department of Veterans Affairs really does focus on South Carolina veterans and their families. When I think about the mission of South Carolina Department of Veterans Affairs, it's pretty simple. I look at one word, and that's to thrive. It's so easily mistaken as the United States Department of Veterans Affairs, and or VA for short. The point of transition from military service, whether you serve 3 days or 30 years, that is the most difficult time. That transition is the point at which you got to have everything together, because the failure that occurs during transition stays with you the rest of your life.
It's difficult while in the military to focus on anything but your mission, and not being informed about the benefits you're entitled to is an all too common occurrence.
I went in the Navy in 1989. And I was in for 1.5 years. I didn't think I served long enough to be eligible for benefits. And my wife would tell me for years to, at least apply and try. It may be beneficial. And I was at my doctor's office, and he encouraged me because he saw how certain health issues was progressing. I found help through the South Carolina Department of Veterans Affairs. And it was really a painless process. What I discovered was I was eligible for health care benefits, first off. Secondly, I was eligible for VA disability. And thirdly, discovered I was eligible for educational benefits, which actually pays for my education completely. And I recently discovered that because I am 100% disabled, permanent and total, that my children's education, they received educational benefits.
To connect all of the entities in South Carolina that provide services and care to veterans and their families, SCDVA created a dynamic statewide partnership, the South Carolina Veterans Coalition.
So the South Carolina Veterans Coalition is really the basis of everything that I do. And the purpose of it was to integrate all the agencies in South Carolina that support veterans. A coalition to come together and say, yes, we want to support veterans statewide. Just because you're getting service in one county, the county next to you may not have any veteran services. Hey, let's support your neighboring county. So I really think in the last year then, as we've developed this South Carolina Veteran Coalition, we believe that we do have wraparound services for veterans in the state of South Carolina.
While the vast majority of transitioning veterans served honorably and are healthy, we cannot forget those with wounds both visible and invisible. Veterans Coalition partner, the Big Red Barn Retreat, is working to meet that need.
What we work out here is with our veterans and first responders to help them move out of a place of suffering to a place where they can struggle well. What I mean from that is a place where they can take everything that's happened in their life and turn that into a positive.
So Warrior Path and Struggle Well are programs that are designed to deliver what we call post-traumatic growth. And post-traumatic growth takes into consideration the experiences of post-traumatic stress and other challenges in life, and really takes it to the next level to where you can holistically approach taking life in a more positive sense.
So our membership as a coalition with the SCDVA is one where we are able to refer one another to the right networks, pool our resources, and ultimately we have one purpose, that is to help our service members.
Understand the need, then having a resource to provide them is what we have to do. And so that's ultimately the South Carolina Veteran Coalition. And to do that, what we use is a Salesforce-based platform called Combine Arms. And so with Combine Arms, then we do it all on a phone. So that when I do an interview with you, right, and so I'm a representative of the state, or I'm a mentor, or I'm just an elder statesman, and I want to connect with veterans, and you say, you know what, I'm having a real problem with this, and I could say, hey, let's go in and build a profile for you, and then you can take a look based on your zip code or statewide and see if that resource is right for you.
Success for us is helping each veteran achieve their definition of thriving, help a veteran move from where they are today to a position of being thriving. We're in the business of trying to attract veterans to South Carolina. We have 393,000 today. We'd like to boost that number. The state legislature and the governor and others have done a number of programs trying to attract veterans as they leave military service to this state. The welcome mat is out for veterans in South Carolina.
For more information about the South Carolina Department of Veterans Affairs and their programs, visit scdva.sc.gov.